Right now, a graphic assault of a young girl inside her own home lands a divorced teenager behind bars. And why an $8 million project at Truax Field is now being put on hold. Plus, it's officially a new era at UW-Madison, what the Badger Band is planning for the home opener this weekend at Camp Randall.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. People on Valeria Drive in DeForest are watching their kids a little closer. This past weekend, a teenager who lived in the neighborhood broke into one of the homes and sexually assaulted a child. Amy Reed spoke with some neighbors, and she joins us now with their reaction. Amy?
This obviously freaked a lot of parents out who live around there. The teen went to multiple houses in the neighborhood that night that this happened, and even if he didn't take anything else from them, many say he took their sense of safety.
When I found out yesterday, I don't even want my son to go outside.
Christina Leanne has only lived on Valeria Drive for 6 months. She thought it would be a better place to live for her kids.
I'm just floored by what has happened down the street, and it's too close to home. Very too close to home.
Down the street and over the weekend, police arrested 17-year-old Eduardo Munoz Salinas after he admitted to walking through the front door of a home and crawling into a crib with a 2-year-old girl. He said he then inappropriately touched her. We spoke with other neighbors who said they saw Munoz Salinas around the neighborhood and even in their yards, too. Police said before he sexually assaulted the little girl, he sat on one neighbor's front porch and performed a sex act. Police asked why he did it, and according to court records, he said he, quote, wanted to try something different. Some of that night was caught on camera, and police are grateful whoever saw the tape called them.
If someone captures something on their home surveillance system and doesn't do anything with it, or they observe suspicious behavior and they don't notify the police department, they have a video of a suspicious person. In this case, people reached out, they put their trust in this department, they contacted us, and together as a partnership, we were able to solve a crime and bring justice to someone in need.
After many say they've lost their sense of safety, they're thinking about ways they can get it back.
What I'm thinking about is talking maybe to my landlord about having home security, because, you know, like, I mean, if that could happen there, it could happen here.
Now, he is being charged as an adult. Police said they were able to track down Munoz Salinas so quickly because he left a pill bottle with his name on it at one of the homes. But they aren't done investigating. They said if you have any more information that might be useful for the case, contact the DeForest Police Department.
This is disturbing, to say the
Yes.
least. All right, Amy, thank you. President Trump's plan to fund border fencing projects is being felt here in Madison. Yesterday, the Department of Defense approved diverting $3.6 billion from 127 military construction projects to the wall. One of those projects being impacted is a small arms range at the 115th Truax Field. Construction on the $8 million project was slated to begin next year. A spokesperson for Representative Mark Pocan, who represents Madison, says this money being diverted from the military is unconstitutional. He goes on to say the $8 million being taken away from Truax is weakening our military preparedness and jeopardizing the strength of our armed forces. Preliminary data shows that U.S. Border Patrol arrests are down. According to a Border Patrol source, around 51,000 people along the U.S.-Mexico border were arrested in August. In July, that number was around 72,000. Customs and Border Protection, which releases monthly border arrest numbers, does not comment on preliminary data. The Bahamian Prime Minister says the death toll from Hurricane Dorian has risen to 20 and that more fatalities are expected. Dorian is making its way up the southeastern coast as a Category 3 hurricane. The National Hurricane Center is warning of life-threatening storm surge along hundreds of miles of the southeast coast. An 8-foot storm surge could flood parts of Charleston, South Carolina. The governor ordered the state's entire coast, some 800,000 people, to evacuate. There are nearly 36 Red Cross volunteers from Wisconsin heading that way. Ryan Clancy is on his way to South Carolina. We heard from him just before he got on a plane in Milwaukee. Clancy says he's volunteered for hurricane relief in the past, but this will be the first time that he goes before the storm even hits his destination.
It is a much different experience than what I've had before, but I know that I can help, and I'm looking, I think the most important quality is to be flexible. So I don't know what I'm getting into, but I know that I can help when I'm there.
By the end of today, there will be 34 Wisconsin volunteers in the southeastern U.S. Let's go to meteorologist Dana Fulton now with an update on the storm's path. Dana?
Right now, it is a Category 3 hurricane. That just coming in at the 10 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. Sustained winds in this hurricane are in the center of the storm at 115 miles per hour. 111 miles per hour is the cutoff for when a hurricane becomes a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. It's going to continue to travel north and then take more of an east turn. Notice it hugs right along the coastline, so we keep a close eye on it. There is the chance to make landfall on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but there's also a very good chance that the system does not make landfall at all. Our Doppler track back here at home, of course, nice and quiet tonight. In fact, our skies are going to become mostly clear overnight. 54 right now in Madison, 59 in Janesville and in Mineral Point. Compared to this time yesterday, it is quite a drop in our temperatures, an 18-degree difference in Black River Falls. Our dew points are in a very comfortable spot. About 52 degrees in Madison and 50 in Janesville. Compared again to this time yesterday, a little bit of a fall off in the last 24 hours. Now, as we look ahead through the rest of the work week, we will have some pleasant weather for Thursday. There's going to be the potential for a little shower popping up on Friday, and the weekend will be a little cooler for us. But we'll take a close look at what's ahead for the next several days in just a few minutes.
Longtime U.S. Representative Jim Sensenbrenner won't seek re-election. He announced today he will retire at the end of his term in 2021. The Republican from Brookfield has represented the 5th Congressional District in Wisconsin for 40 years. The news release from Sensenbrenner's office says at the end of the present term, he will have served in Congress longer than anyone in state history. Former Vice President Joe Biden leads President Trump in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup in Wisconsin. According to a Marquette University Law School poll released today, Biden is up over Trump by 51% to 42% among registered voters here in Wisconsin. Trump also trails Senator Bernie Sanders, who tops Trump 48% to 44%. Trump is tied against Senators Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris. The poll was conducted by phone from August 25th through the 29th among 800 registered voters. Madison Representative Mark Pocan is slamming President Trump on the ongoing trade war with China. In a news conference this afternoon, Pocan touched on a variety of topics Congress hopes to pick up when it comes back from break. On top of that list, increasing tariffs.
There can be effective uses of targeted tariffs. Someone's dumping cheap steel into a country, you got to protect your industry. There's a way you might want to do that to protect an industry. But the way we're doing it via tweet, via impulse, is not working well.
Pocan says the trade wars are hurting Wisconsin farmers. On the last package of farmer assistance bills, Pocan said soybean farmers were getting 50 cents on the dollar, dairy farmers got pennies, and corn growers got 1 cent on the dollar for their goods. A man who admitted to attacking a UW-Madison student earlier this year is apologizing tonight to the victim and her family. In Dane County Court, a judge sentenced 23-year-old Jerome Winslow to serve 7 years in prison and 5 years extended supervision. Winslow pleaded guilty to 3 felony charges in June, 2 counts of recklessly endangering safety, and a substantial battery charge. Court documents show Winslow punched a woman on Langdon Street in February and dragged her away from the street, causing severe facial injuries that required surgery. The judge called Winslow dangerous and says he presents a danger to the public. The city of Milwaukee is offering Bucks guard Sterling Brown $400,000 to settle his lawsuit accusing police of using excessive force when they confronted him over a parking violation. The city's Common Council authorized the offer today during a closed session. Brown has 14 days to accept or decline it. Brown illegally parked in a disabled spot outside of Walgreens last January. Officers took him down and used a stun gun because he didn't immediately remove his hands from his pockets. The city of Beloit will take steps to limit vaping starting next week on September 11th. Under an ordinance passed at Tuesday night city council meeting, vaping will no longer be allowed at restaurants or anywhere else smoking is not allowed. In addition, minors caught with vapes will be fined $50.
We care about our kids and we want them to have the best life they possibly can. We don't want them to be harmed by these harmful chemicals, and we don't want them to be addicted to these devices either.
The city of Beloit says it is also concerned about health risks e-cigarettes present. For the first time, we got a chance to meet the new UW Marching Band director. Taking over for former director Mike Leckrone, we were all eager to see what the year will include. Jamie Perez was there at practice today and got to meet Corey Pompey.
Dr. Pompey lives and breathes music and anything that has to do with the marching band. I got a chance to sit down with him today and ask him about his goals for the new band, what's staying, what's going, and what we can expect to see at games.
1 and 2 and ready and... Yes, just like that.
For the first time in more than 50 years, there's a new person in charge of the UW marching band.
The horns are moving. We have to have the sound to go with it.
While some faces have changed, there are some things that are staying the same. Some being the tunes.
On whisk, into hot time.
Others like tradition.
Stop at the top. That will remain the same. We will also keep doing fifth quarter.
With a few changes expected and some new additions, it's the next step forward for the band. And a journey that Dr. Pompey is excited to be on for numerous reasons.
They are very hard working. I wish that at some point everyone could come see the band rehearse during the summer. The football team has 2-a-days. The band has 2-a-days. And sometimes 3-a-days. And we're up and down the field on Wisconsin, probably hundreds of times.
Leading a band like this takes some sense of direction.
That's not what you want.
Something encouraging for the band. Something that is taking them off with a running start. Drum major Justine Spohr knows this well.
The biggest part of band for me is that every day I get to go to the field and play really great music with 300 of my best friends. And that hasn't changed, and if anything, it's just been amplified by having Dr. Pompey here with us.
And we're just a couple of weeks into his journey with the UW-Madison Marching Band. And while he said he probably won't be swinging in from the ceilings during performances,
do it the way you do it. Here you go. 1.
He says people can expect bigger production elements and some new surprises during each performance.
Yes, yes, that's it. Do it again. Do it again. I hope to create a sense of community, a sense of family.
Dr. Pompey says at the first performance you can expect some Beyonce, some Jonas Brothers, and some Adele. And just from meeting him today, you can tell he has a huge passion for this and that both he and the band are very excited to be working together. If you want to get to know him a little bit more, information is on our website, channel3000.com.
Oh, it's going to be fun to see this weekend.
Yeah, just seeing their practice was really awesome.
Oh, Jamie, thank you.
Sure.
Still ahead tonight, come next spring, plans are changing at the Dane County Regional Airport. An update when we come back. United Airlines says it will let passengers avoid flying on Boeing 737 MAX jets once it starts using the jets again. The planes have been grounded since March following 2 fatal crashes that killed hundreds of people. United's chief commercial officer said it's too soon to know what customer reaction will be after the 737 MAX returns to service. However, passengers afraid to fly on the plane will be able to rebook flights on a different aircraft for free. Southwest is offering a similar deal. Boeing hopes to have the 737 MAX cleared to fly again by early next month. The solar farm planned at the Dane County Airport is expanding. County Executive Joe Parisi and Madison Gas and Electric announced that the solar farm will be 58 acres instead of 41. The farm will consist of 31,000 solar panels that generate 9 megawatts of power. It will save the county about $18,000 a year. Construction for the solar farm will begin in spring, should be complete by the fall of next year. A new 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe got a new paint job today at the American Family Children's Hospital. Patients could finger paint on the SUV as a part of Hyundai's nonprofit Hope on Wheels. It's dedicated to finding a cure for childhood cancer. The Children's Hospital has received $1.5 million in total from the program since 2006. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now with a look at the forecast, and everybody's still talking about Dorian.
Absolutely. Again, just upgraded to a Category 3 hurricane because hurricanes are measured or rated on their wind speeds, their sustained wind speeds. So the winds have picked up. It's going to get upgraded to a Category 3. Back here at home, though, of course, a very different story. In fact, tomorrow looks very pleasant. Even this evening, I know it was a little cloudy outside this afternoon, but overall, not too bad. A really lovely sunset for us. When we do have a few clouds in the sky, it gives us that beautiful color. This is actually a look over the Yahara River. Out kayaking on this nice evening, no rain and pretty decent temperatures. A little taste of fall on the air right now. Now, our Doppler track is quiet tonight. No rain coming through overnight or for tomorrow. We're at about 54 currently in Madison. Notice that's pretty close to our dew point, so we're not ruling out the chance for some patchy fog heading into tomorrow. A nice calm breeze. It'll stay pretty light and variable for us overnight. Now, the reason that we were so cloudy this afternoon, our high pressure stayed a little more to the west than what we would have liked to see. As it slowly shifted on east, it's starting to clear out. Some of that cloud coverage will become mostly clear by tomorrow morning. That means our temperatures, of course, will fall for us overnight. High pressure will keep us pretty quiet for Thursday, but then we're looking ahead to Thursday night into Friday morning. Our next system starts to slide on over. A little bit of an increase in those dew points late Thursday, but a slight chance for showers coming through on Friday as that low pressure marches on in. Heading into tomorrow morning, it'll be a little cool early in the day. In the afternoon, though, partly sunny skies, some shower chances up to the north late on Thursday. It's not until early Friday morning you can see the center of that low pressure crossing right on over the state. There is going to be the slight chance for a few raindrops early on Friday. Not going to be a total washout. Some folks may not even see any rain, but there's going to be that slight chance coming through. By Friday afternoon, we get a partly sunny sky. Heading into Saturday, we keep that partly sunny sky through the day, but later in the evening, the clouds start to build back in, and our next chance for showers will come through Saturday night and stay with us through Sunday. So the second half of the weekend is going to include just a little bit of rain. Overnight temperatures fall close to 50 to start the day tomorrow. Our breeze coming from the south tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a little warmer outside thanks to that breeze, and the sunshine will be in the mid to low 70s for our afternoon highs. Clouds build in overnight. You can see that slight chance for a few shower spots coming on through. Certainly not expecting any strong thunderstorms for early Friday morning. It'll be mostly cloudy early on Friday, and then in the afternoon, our skies will steadily become partly sunny. Should be a pretty pleasant end to the work week. Overnight low of about 50 for us. Again, there's that chance for some patchy fog, especially in the lower lying areas. Our breeze is going to stay light and variable overnight. Tomorrow, though, a little breezy outside, anywhere from 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly sunny sky, though, and a pretty pleasant day for Thursday. Friday, we stay in the mid 70s. There's a slight chance for a shower early in the day. And then, of course, the clouds break apart and get some sunshine in for Friday. Saturday, also partly sunny. A chance for showers will creep in Saturday night and into Sunday. Temperatures this weekend will stay below average. Heading into next week, we do have another system that'll be coming through early in the work week to bring a little more rain, and then we're looking a little cooler for the second half of that work week with temperatures dropping yet again. But notice our overnight lows are starting to go down as well. So we were talking earlier, it's good sleeping weather, windows open.
That's true. That's a good positive spin
That's
to
good.
it.
Optimism. Should find some good news.
Yes, get all the optimism out there.
Yes.
All right, thank you. The Packers and Bears are ready to add to their history tomorrow night at Soldier Field in Chicago. That story's coming up in sports.
The NFL's 100th season begins tomorrow with the Packers and Bears in the regular season opener at Soldier Field. Kickoff scheduled for 7:20 p.m. tomorrow night. The Bears are 3-point favorites. Tomorrow's game is the first and only game on the NFL schedule. That's only going to add to the focus of the Packers-Bears rivalry. If you're a player, you don't have to be around long to realize the importance and the history of the Bears against the Packers.
It's the oldest rivalry in the game. We've played each other, so many times, 190 something times. Over the course of our histories. It was always big Chicago against little Green Bay, and we've held our own over the years, and it's always been a great rivalry. It's one of the special ones in the history of professional sports. Obviously, a lot of great players and great names on both sides have played in this game, and it's fun to be a part of it now for, this is my 23rd time, I think.
A lot of fantasy football owners are relieved to see this. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott in uniform and on the practice field. Elliott got a 6-year, $90 million contract extension with the most guaranteed money ever given to a running back, $50 million. Elliott figures to be in the Cowboys lineup Sunday when they open their season against the New York Giants. The Badger football team will have its home opener Saturday afternoon at Camp Randall. Central Michigan will be in town. That kickoff set for 2:30 Saturday afternoon. It's the start of a 5-game homestand for the Badgers. They won't have a road game until they go to Illinois October 19th. Talk to anyone who has played football for the Badgers coming out of the tunnel for the first time. It's pretty neat.
It'd be awesome. I mean, I always love running out of Camp Randall. It's truly something special, and you don't take it for granted. Not a lot of people can say they play in front of 80,000 Badger fans.
Obviously, when you get to play against in front of 80,000 fans, it's a big deal. But home fans, it's a whole different atmosphere here, especially at Camp Randall. Just excited to get out here.
The Prep Mania High School football game of the week takes us to Oregon, where the Panthers host Stoughton in their Badger Conference South opener. We'll be live on channel3000.com Friday night at 7. Then we'll replay the game Sunday at 1 and next Wednesday at 6 on TVW. We'll also have 2 other games streaming on channel3000.com Friday. We'll have Monroe at Monona Grove and Baraboo at Sauk Prairie live on channel3000.com 7 o'clock Friday. Brewers are off tonight. Tomorrow they begin a 4-game series with the Cubs at Miller Park that'll either keep them in the race for the playoffs or perhaps essentially eliminate them. The Cubs are 4 games ahead of the Brewers in the second NL wildcard spot. And former Madison Mallard Pete Alonso now leads the major leagues with 45 homers. Alonso, who plays for the Mets, hit number 45 this afternoon in their 8-4 win over Washington. Alonso was the Northwoods League MVP for the Mallards in 2014, won the home run derby at the All-Star game earlier this season. And we'll be right back.
4 times.
Packers and Bears tomorrow. Who are you going with?
In the interest of station morale, Gary Canulti would be very happy if the Bears won, so I will say that because I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a lot of black uniforms wearing tomorrow night.
Station morale, and you choose to side with Gary?
Yeah, I like Gary.
Yeah, but what about everybody else?
Oh, the heck with everybody else. There's 16 games.
I did not expect that one.
I want the Cardinals to win, too, for you. So.
I like your answer.
Yes!
All right. So you got warmer weather for us, don't you?
Yes. So looking ahead to tomorrow, the game weather should be just fine, actually. Around here, we'll be in the mid-70s with a partly sunny sky. Friday, there's a slight chance for a shower early in the morning. Partly sunny for Friday and Saturday. And temperatures staying below average all the way through the weekend.
I've been wrong 90% of the time in my life, so
now
keep that
you
in
tell
mind.
us.
Well,
now we know.
Thank you for joining us. Do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.